Hello, hello, hello. I'm so excited. This is one of the biggest collaborations I think I've ever been involved with, and it's huge. It's been put together by the wonderful Rach and Bella Crafts, and it's going to run the whole of November. Christmas crafts and fun and loads of people and channels involved. It's absolutely unbelievable. So thank you so much for putting this together. It was a little bit of a difficult one for me because it was November and I knew that the Foxy Rag was coming up and I would be flat out working on that. But Rach was really accommodating and I asked to be in the first week, and here I am, the 2nd of December. No, it's not. 2nd of November. I'm getting too excited now. I don't normally do Christmas crafts, so this is a bit special for me, coming on and doing something else. I do have another video that I would like to do, and hopefully I can get that done fairly soon, which is also related to this. And if I do manage to get it out, I will link everyone down below. So, of course, everyone is linked down below. Can you tell I'm a little bit excited? I'm getting myself confused. So, I am the letter B, Christmas Crafts, and I have bells and baubles for you today. Bells and baubles. Now, this is going to be a freebie in my Facebook group. So, everything I do, you can follow along with. You know, go and grab your free digital. I'm going to be making Christmas cards, and like I said, I never do Christmas craft on camera, very rarely. So I hope this goes well for everybody's sake. I don't know if I've already said, but everybody involved is linked down in the description box in the order that they will appear throughout November. So you know, please do get involved. Right, so I'm making Christmas cards. The first thing I have done is I make Christmas cards to fit envelopes I have. I don't buy card and envelope kits. You know, I go out and I just look around my craft room and find the envelopes, and then I make my cards to fit. And I will show you some at the end. So these are the 2 envelopes I'm going to be using. And I am going to grab my trusty post-it note pad. I'm going to measure my envelopes now. I'm going to do this in inches because I'm going to use my scoring board. And we all know what centimetre scoring boards are like, they're pants. I need my card to be 4.5 inches by, to make sure it fits in my envelope, I'm going to go 6.25. I mean, it could be a little bit bigger, but I'm going 6.25, and I know my envelope is going to be okay. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to get that out of the way. The next thing I have are 2 pieces of watercolour paper. It's fairly sturdy, so it's going to make a nice card base. And I'm going to grab my trimmer. Now, I want the width of my card. It was 4.5 inches, so I want it 9 inches wide. And I'm going to do them both at the same time. So 9 inches wide. And all you have to do is measure your envelope. Simple as that. Measure your envelope and make your card to fit your envelope by 6.25. The next thing is I'm going to get my scoreboard. So I know I have, and that's already waiting for me. So I'm going to go this way. And I'm going to score at that 4.5. So give that a good burnish. Oops, got a little bit of something on that. Cards are ready for the next step. Now I'm going to do 2 things. I am going to actually, let me show you what I've prepared. From the digitals, I have cut out some pieces that I want to go onto my cards. Okay, I'm not really sure where that's going to go, but it's going to go somewhere. Now, I want to match these colours I want to match the colours a little bit. So, grabbing my watercolours, and I'm going to grab the red, and I'm going to grab the blues and a green. I don't want to match it exactly, but you know, we'll get it reasonably close. So I'm going to just put those over there and bring in my palette. I shall put the paint in first. I'm going to put the red in. I only need a teeny tiny piece. I don't need a lot. Right, now I'm going to put a bit of water in the middle there, and this one I'm just going to add straight in to the red. Right, got more water, so I'm just going to mix this. Lovely. Now I'll grab some blue. Got a little dab of just going to put those aside. I'm going to work on this blue one first. So I've got a larger brush just with some water on, and I'm just going to wet along here. So it's just a rectangle. Just have a little look, make sure I've got everywhere. Okay, now I'm going to pick up my paint and add to that area that I wet. Okay. Now, on this blue one, just going to grab a little bit of salt and sprinkle that over the paint. So this is plain salt. And now I'm going to put that aside to dry. So that's going to be put aside to dry. And now I'm going to do the same with the red. So I've got a tissue. I'm just going to use the tissue to lift some of that paint. Okay, these are both now dry, and you can see that gorgeous effect that you get with the salt. It goes very similar to oxide, to the oxide inks. So that looks absolutely beautiful, even though a lot of that's going to be covered up. The red is just plain and it's quite light, which is fine. I'll show you others that I did later. Got a bit of blue on here. Who cares about that? People are going to be looking at the front of a card. So I'm a bit of a messy worker, you know me. Right, let's have a little look. So these are the elements that I have picked to go on my cards. I'm not going to mount that, but I've got a bit of scrap card cut from something. So I'm just going to mount, I think I'm going to mount that too onto this card. Okay, these bits are all ready to go. Now, this is, right, let me have a little think. Now, I've got some of these little spare pots, and what I want to do, I'm going to work on this one first, is I'm going to do a little bit of heat embossing, but I don't have colours that I kind of like, or that I thought would go with this quite as well as I wanted it. So I've got steel. It has got a little bit of a blue tint to it, and I've also got snowflake tinsel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix. I should have brought a spoon up. I'm going to just tip in a little bit of this one with the glitter, and I'm going to add a little bit of the blue. I've not done this before. I've not mixed ever embossing powders. I don't want too much blue. I mean, is this allowed? Are you allowed? Is this a thing? Well, I think it's going to work. You see? It's got a teeny bit of blue in there, which is what I wanted. Okay, let's have a go. Let's have a go. We're only going to know if we try, aren't we? Right, I'm just going to use the edge of my mat over here. Sorry about the light. So I've got my dabber, and I'm just going to go round the edge. A piece of paper. Oh, I haven't got that. That's better. Right, there's a little bit missing there. We'll see how it looks once it's embossed. Okay, so I'm now going to heat this. I have got a few little areas missing, so I'm going to go back in with my okay, I love that. I love that. Makes quite a bit of difference just having that little bit of blue in there. So that is that one. Okay, now this one I'm going to use this one, which is just more of a glitter and white. I'm not going to use the blue on this. So I'm going to do both of these in exactly the same way. So I'm just going to speed this up. So these are now done also. I'm not quite sure, like I said, how I'm going to add these to the cards as yet. So let's have a look at this red one. Okay, one thing I haven't made the red area quite big enough, so I'm going to work on that one second. And what I am going to do is grab my paintbrush. Right, so I'm going to put that aside to dry, and we'll work on the blue one. Okay, so, and again, I've not quite made that big enough, but I think I'm going to leave this one. I don't know if I should. I think I'm I'm going to go for that. Now I've got some pieces of, it's actually a sandwich box. We've started to have our sandwiches when we get them. They're delivered now in a beautiful cardboard box, I say. It's just too much of a shame to throw the cardboard away. So I have been using this to mount things on. Obviously not anywhere where the sandwich has actually touched the box, but just the outside parts of the box. So I'm going to glue this on. I'm just going to line this up again to see where I want that to go. I don't know if I want a little bit of white showing or not. I think I'm going to have that overlapping the blue paint. So I'm going to glue this down. I'm really looking forward to being involved in this, and I can't wait to see what amazing crafts are going to be done. I'm sure it's going to be absolutely spectacular. Now I'm just going to glue this down. I mean, it would be fun to have another layer, maybe embossed, if you have a Christmassy embossing folder. I don't have anything like that, but that would be quite cool. Some Christmas embossing, or even a simple pattern embossed would be quite good. So that is my Christmas card number 1. Right, let's go back to this one. I'm just going to give this a little dry. Okay, I'm going to mount these again. Okay, so those are my 2 Christmas cards using the printables. I can show you, they will of course fit into my envelopes because I made the cards to fit the envelopes. So those are my envelopes, and I'll just show you 2 that I made similar but different. Again, I made them to fit the envelopes. So I have this one, and I have this one. I hope you liked that. I hope that you will follow along and support all of the channels involved in this huge collaboration, and a wonderful thank you again to Rach and Bella Crafts for putting this together. So have a go. Follow along, and I will see you all really soon. Bye.